Welcome to Black Belt Beauty Radio, a podcast fueled by a passion to support your journey in developing your most beautiful and optimal performance in life. Each episode is driven with the intention to elevate your mind. When we elevate our mind, we elevate our life. So get ready. It's time to rise. Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Black Belt Beauty Radio. In today's Solosode, I am going to finally talk about a really incredible experience, a digital experience, an experience that I know really actually called in a lot of you into my community. I'm so grateful to have you. And this experience was a viral clip of me speaking on my homegirl, Lisa Bilyeu's incredible show, Women of Impact, our first episode that came out the end of 2020. This clip now has, it's safe to say, it could be a lot more, but it's safe to say over 20 million views. Why I want to talk about this now is because it's so incredible to experience how the message in this clip impacted millions of hearts around the world. So I'll play the clip and then I'll start, giving you my thoughts also on why I believe this particular message did exactly that, hit the hearts of millions of individuals around the world. Okay, Scott, can you play the clip, please?
I have a very soft heart. I'm very empathetic, compassionate. I am all love. And at the same time, my whole life, without ever having to prove anything, you know not to fuck with me.
It's kind of hard to not laugh after hearing that end piece because, you guys, it's crazy. Over 20 million easily. And, the soundbite itself, there's one particular profile that Confidently Woman, thank you for the share, that put this clip up a couple months ago. That post itself has over almost 4 million views. And the soundbite, so the original audio was taken, and, as of today, it was over 1,400 individuals using that soundbite to make their reels, their content. So look, let me be clear. This isn't me just like in awe of the fact that, I went viral. No. And I'm also not saying that that's not fucking awesome, because of course it is. It is, especially because of what the clip was, right? It wasn't just some funny, clever, kind of TikTok style video. It was me sharing a very, very important message, a very honest one from my heart and soul. And that frequency, the frequency of the message was felt with resonance to millions of individuals around the world. And maybe, you're one of them, which is fucking awesome. I love it. The message is really special, you guys. Number one, it's, pure truth, which I don't even think that it would have impact the way that it did if that authenticity frequency wasn't felt in it. But when this clip first was created by a beautiful woman in Europe. It was earlier this year. It was about February, I think. And when it first was shared, from her, and I started to see the numbers just climb, and it was going up into the millions. I was like, holy shit! And then on the back end, the DMs and the shares, it all started coming in. It was massive. The talk itself. So I've been on Women of Impact twice, both times just so incredible. My girl Lisa, I'm sure many of you know and are in her community as well, she's the shit. Lisa is the real deal, and she's one of my dearest friends. So on record, off record, any conversation with Lisa is one of the best conversations of my life. That first talk where this clip was made from, that talk itself went viral. And that in of itself was such a radical experience, because I know, again, like many of you are here now in space with me because of that talk, And so, when you're sharing your heart and you're sharing a core message, and that core message impacts the world, and you get the feedback, it's a really incredible, heart-moving experience for me anyways, right? I don't take it lightly. It's very, very it's deeper than the word appreciation, right? I really have no words to say what it means to me. What I found from this particular clip, because in the initial creation of it, I'm looking at the comments and I'm just reading, and it was constantly like, that's me. She's speaking to my heart. That's me. That's me right there. And the other funny part is everybody's trying to guess my sign, which I'll share at the end of the episode. But what I took from it, and then the reel continued to be recreated. Women of Impact posted it, Lisa posted it, Confidently Woman, and the list goes on. And every time it's going upwards into the millions, right? That's why it's well over 20 million. But what's so special about that is it just goes to show how potent that message was, how much resonance there was in that message to individuals around the world. And the message is really just saying, listen, I can be love. I am love. I am all heart. I'm all compassion. I am so empathetic. But at the same time, I have fucking boundaries, and the core piece for me about this is that boundaries are, yes, verbalized. There's many kinds of boundaries. That's actually a very big conversation, one that I'll likely make a few episodes about. But I also say this, and I feel like this was definitely felt in that clip. Boundaries are also a frequency. Boundaries are a frequency. It's like we're all animals, right? It's like animal kingdom. That's how I see it. Two animals going up against each other. And there's no words, but you can feel if, like one, you're going to have to put a big fight on the other one. And that's a frequency thing, right? So in that clip, in that message, what I was saying is like my whole life, I am so warm, I'm so open, I'm not guarded. I'm love. But do you know what helps me to stay so open and allow myself to be so open? What allows me to, not be guarded and to be this constant expression of love and warmth is me knowing, like without a fucking doubt, that if there's a line crossed, I'm going to let you know. I'm not afraid to let you know. I've got no problem with letting you know. And there are different ways to let an individual know. It depends on how the line is crossed, right? Different kind of boundaries. What I don't need to do is walk around guarded. I don't need to walk around and, prove anything. I don't need to stick up my chest and have an attitude. I don't need to act tough. Not at all. I just know inside what the fuck lives in me. And if that point ever has to come out for me to express that boundary, I'm prepared to do it. And that's the message. And I felt, from just taking in all the feedback and the comments and, that, individuals, had around this clip, it was that resonance. It's all of you saying, yes, you are loved too. You are warm. You're a, kind, gentle person. But at the same time, don't get it fucking twisted. You have boundaries, and you will let those boundaries be known if and when it's time to do so. And I love that. That's why this is so moving to me. Because yes, I'm speaking about myself, and it's a core message of mine, and it's an absolute truth. But to know that millions of individuals around the world, walk around and feel that and own that and felt seen. That was another comment that was so consistent. I feel so seen right now. That was so powerful for me. And look, it's because, there's a lot of reasons, but one to point out for this episode is I think there is this misconception and perhaps even like a lot of mistreatment that if you are, a gentle, kind, loving, nice individual, that you're someone that could be taken advantage of. You're someone that, doesn't have any boundaries. And, basically, people can just mistreat you. And what was very clear from all the comments and the people reposting and sharing is that's not what they believe about themselves. So they wanted to, they're letting it be known, by, the audio, it's so special, you guys. Again, I haven't even posted this clip yet to my wall. I don't know when this episode will come out. Maybe by the time it does, I will actually, because I want to share my thoughts, which is why I'm making this episode. First, let me just say to all of you and to any of you who are in my community now, because of either any of the talks with Lisa, so the first episode, or this last one, this recently came out a couple months ago, I'm so grateful to have you. And if it was from that clip, I'm equally grateful to have you. It means a lot to know that, when I speak from my heart, truly. And I know that that's felt because authenticity is the strongest frequency and there have been studies on this. It's actually pretty radical that there are studies that show that the highest, most powerful frequency that comes off a human being is authenticity. And I really believe that when you are speaking from your heart, you are the most authentic, because I always say, your authentic self lives in your heart, right? So I'm not speaking from up here, I'm speaking from in here. So to know that my voice from my heart is able to impact you and support you and, give you whatever it's giving you in the positive sense, it means a lot to me, And so, to kind of just start closing out this episode a bit, outside of my gratitude, for the whole experience, from the very first clip that was made, that then, and all the other ones that were made and shared, to everyone who reshared and hits me up, about it, to all of you who are in the community, it's such a radical experience that I'm so grateful for. But mostly, what I wanted to share in this episode is that the message in there, that you are absolutely, you can absolutely be an individual who is all love, who is warm, who's kind and gentle, and be fierce with your fucking boundaries. Be fierce when it comes time to, let somebody know, you crossed a line. And you don't have to walk around with any kind of aggressive energy, with any kind of closed energy, with any kind of, tough energy to express that. That's the most beautiful part, Some of the most lethal badasses, if you look at MMA, if you look at martial arts, it's like they were the fucking most beautiful, warm, incredible humans, kind, gentle humans. And there's a reason for that too, I believe, because I really do believe that when you know what you're capable of in terms of enforcing a boundary, however which way you need to do it, I mean, you're liberated, right? You don't have to be closed. You don't have to be guarded, because if and when that time comes, you're ready. Right? And that readiness can mean a lot of different things. But the point is that you really live confidently in that readiness. And I think that, in that clip, you certainly felt that in my eyes. It's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. I watched that. I'm like, damn, Rox. But again, when you're speaking from your heart, it's just, you're channeling. It's coming out of me, I'm not up here thinking about what I'm going to say. It's my heart. It's my heart talking. So anyways, it was such a beautiful, incredible experience. Again, if you're here because of that clip or the talks, I'm so grateful to have you. And, if you haven't seen the clip, it's in the show notes. I know you heard it, but if you want to go and actually watch it, it's in the show notes. And like I said, I will share it on my Instagram wall. But the biggest takeaway from this episode is in that message that you can absolutely be all love. You can absolutely be warmth. You can absolutely be fiercely compassionate, self-compassionate and compassionate, in general, empathetic, not guarded, and still be fierce with your boundaries and still know how to protect yourself in any which way that you need to when the time comes, but you don't have to be guarded and you don't have to be closed and you don't have to be tough. You can literally be the beautiful love expression and love frequency that you are. It's beautiful. We don't ever want to not be that frequency. It's the ultimate frequency of life, right? And it literally makes the world a fucking better place. When you walk around and you are the frequency of love, it's felt, you know? You can be both. You are both. That's the point. So I hope this episode hit your heart in some way, that invigorated it, that strengthened it, that inspired it, all the above. Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Instagram, YouTube comments. Love you guys. Love all of you, truly. Like, you know, if you've reached out to me in any area, the comments on Instagram, the DMs, the YouTube, any of it, I'm always there meeting you back with a reply and doing so with all my heart. It's very important for me to connect with all of you. I want you all to feel seen, heard, and felt, because you truly are to me. This is community for me. It is so important to me. So don't be shy. Let me know. Connect with me. Let me know in particular how this episode or that clip, if you did find me through it, let me know. I would love to learn more about you and how the content on this podcast is impacting you. So if you've not already given this podcast a 5-star rating and review, please do so. It would mean the world to me and my team. There's a very easy link in the show notes to be able to do that. So however you take in podcasts, you can just go straight to that link and it'll take you right to the platform that's going to help you create that rating and review. And it makes such a big difference. It's really, the podcast has been growing, you guys, more downloads, more views, all of it. And it's because of you. So thank you so much, truly. And let's just keep it growing. All right. I will see you on the next one. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode, you guys. If you loved it, please share it on your social. Throw it up on your Instagram stories and tag me. I'm at Black Belt Beauty. I am also at Roxy Look, RoxyLook. I love connecting with you guys. This is a conversation that I want to just continue growing with you guys. So if you feel inspired to hit me up, do so in that space. I always enjoy hearing from you. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do so by rating it and reviewing it via iTunes. It's such supportive help, you guys. It really helps the visibility of this podcast. So I appreciate and thank you in advance for doing that. And on that note, you guys, I'm signing off with all my love and always looking forward to catching you on the next.